Welcome back to Swingin' Country, our monthly In the Trenches segment with Mike Markwardt. Howdy, Mike. Welcome back to Swingin' Country.
Hello, Billy. Glad to be back again.
We always look forward to it because, as it says, in the trenches, my friend, you have been in the trenches, knee-deep, neck-deep at times, working on that film, working on the festival, and trying to figure out which way to go because of current events. What's happening?
Well, it's coming along well, Billy. We're just real excited. It looks like this virus out there is clearing up in the state of Texas, at least, and we're real positive to be moving forward by November with our festival. I have been very busy on producing this documentary film that basically tells the entire story of Western swing. It's a major endeavor, but I've got a lot of good help from several of our board advisors and some historians and authors that are helping me on the film.
And I might add that you've added a new advisory board member, Mr. Robert Houston from Western Swing Rules.
Yes, that's correct. He can be a big help, I think, especially on the film. You know, he's got, I think, over 30 years experience in producing film, television shows up there in Arkansas, I believe is where he's based. And everybody out there in the Western Swing world loves his Western Swing Rules video Facebook portal that he does.
Yes, very educational. But anyway, we do welcome Robert Houston to the board for sure. And we got a great board, a great bunch of folks that all love Western Swing. So tell us how folks need to go ahead and get their tickets ordered because we're already well over half sold out.
That's correct. Folks can get their tickets at birthplaceofwesternswing.com, and you just click on the top of that page. Once you're on that landing page, that site, you click at the very top, and it sends you right to the festival page where you can buy tickets. I recommend a 3-day pass with the Stockyards tour. That package is probably the best package to get, and we're going to have 9 bands at National Hall, historic National Hall in Fort Worth, Thursday through Saturday, November 12th, 13, and 14. And we're also doing a Friday, November 13, midday tour of the historic Fort Worth Stockyards District. Just also going to be great. We'll have a dance at Longhorn Saloon, that portion of the excursion to the Stockyards. But most of the events will be at National Hall.
And it's a terrific lineup of amazing who's who in real traditional country music and in Western swing. We've got something new to introduce today. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what that is and who it is? It's in fact going to be a world radio premiere, I understand.
Yes, I'm really proud of this next guy, and I should be. I'm his older brother. My younger brother, Steve Markwardt, has had a lifelong passion for music, and he's kind of a musician historian himself, and he plays a number of musical instruments. He's got a great voice, and he's been working the past few months on a number of songs that he's soon to release a CD. I think he's real close in doing so. And what I thought I would do is introduce his new song that's geared towards the Western swing world. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Markwardt singing "They Put the Western Back into Western Swing."
Certain kind of music born in Texas. It's the kind that makes you want to tap your feet when those twin fiddles play in time, that pedal steel begins to whine. It'll have you dancing in your seat in a West Side dance hall down in Fort Worth, Texas. A little place that they call Crystal Springs, from a man named Milton Brown and Bob Wills there came a sound. They put the Western into Western swing.
Oh, take it away, boo. Here comes that twin fiddling Mark Abbott. Now come in, Dave.
get low. Tell us about it, Steve.
Yeah, there's a certain kind of music down in Texas. When you hear it, you just have to sing along. Tommy Duncan's baritone sings the Rose of San Antone.
San Antone.
And everybody knows the words to every song. In a West Side dance hall down in Fort Worth, Texas. A little place that they call Crystal Springs. As the couples twirled around at the big ball in Old Cowtown, they put the Western into Western swing. They put the Western into Western swing.
Wow, that is a very accurate song and well written. And I want to welcome to the show now Mike's younger brother, Steve. Good morning, Steve, and welcome to Swingin' Country.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm doing great. You and I have met last year at the Academy of Western Artists, and you got to perform a little bit on the pre-awards jam with Lisa Lane and them putting on a great show, and I welcome you to this Western swing world. I know that you're into various genres of music, but I was kind of surprised whenever Mike told me that you had done this Western swing song. I listened to it, and I said, that's great. I really like that. Is he rubbing off on you? Is his enthusiasm contagious to you, or what's happening here, Steve?
Well, if you spend much time around my brother Mike, it can't help but rub off on you. It's either going to rub off on you, or he's going to drive you crazy playing it. And I, for me, being a musical expeditionary, just like Mike, Mike has gone real deep into this Western swing thing, all the way down to the polka and all that kind of stuff. And I've learned a lot from him and come to appreciate it. And gone to a few of those Bob Wills weekends in Turkey, and got to meet some of the guys like Jason Roberts and Billy Mata and those guys, and just loved all kinds of music. I've been a big fan of swing music, big band, done some actually singing with a big band for a couple of years. Was a front man for a big band. We did the Frank Sinatra type stuff. But I just really learned to appreciate this music. And then when Mike started this whole organization here in Fort Worth, and I wanted to launch this festival, the historical part of it really piqued my interest as well.
And it is very interesting, and I have made the statement numerous times at numerous events that about Western swing. The very first time I did it, I was in an interview with Barbara Martin from the former Western Swing Monthly newsletter, which something came up, and I said, well, you know, Barbara, I've always said that when it comes to Western swing, you get it or you don't get it. Some people I've seen it really grow on, like perhaps yourself, Steve. It grew on you and grew on you, and others take an instant love. But I feel like once you really do get it, the fact is it's got you.
Exactly, and like some of my lyrics say, you just can't help but tap your feet, and pretty soon you'll have you dancing, whether you're dancing in your seat or you get up and find a willing partner to get up and dance to. It's just it's kind of music that makes you smile. I mean, you know, and that's what music is supposed to do, is hopefully take you down that road of either memories of the past or just to take you, put you in the present moment. And I can't think of a more enjoyable genre of music than that, just because of the way it moves, the beat, and all the different instruments. And of course, when you listen to somebody like Bob Wills, what he added to that with his, and which Mike did so well in recreating this particular song. I don't know what you call them, the hollers or the call outs or whatever, but it's so much fun.
Right, it truly is, and you're absolutely right. You can't listen to Western swing for very long, and as you say, not get a smile on your face. It lifts moods. As Dr. Townsend said about Bob Wills, he came along during the Depression when everybody was equally poor, and they needed entertainment. They needed something to move them and cheer them up, and Western swing did the trick. And here we are 90 years later, and it still works.
Well, and interesting thing is about this particular song, as well as some of these other songs that I've been working on, we've done it all and still managed to obey the stay-at-home social distance quarantine to order, and thanks to modern technology, but it's really helped kind of allow me to forget current circumstances and kind of escape through my love of music, and and allowed me the time to focus on creating some writing and performing and recording some new songs that I probably time that I wouldn't have had otherwise.
Well, sure, and I look forward to hearing the rest of it. Is it going to be a Western Swing primarily album?
No, it's all different genres. I mean, certainly not, nothing heavy. More like country, a little bit maybe country rock type. And there's quite a few traditional country songs on there. But this particular song, this Western Swing song, is really the only pure Western Swing song. There is another song about Fort Worth that does talk about Bob Wills and Milton Brown, but it's more of just a traditional country song.
Gotcha. Well, I'll tell you what.
The city of Fort Worth will adopt it as their theme song.
There you go. I thank you for allowing me to world radio premiere this great Western Swing tune today, Steve. And Mike, I thank you for getting that set up for us. And one more time, tell them how to get those tickets, and let's get folks moving, because you don't want to miss this birthplace of Western Swing event. It's going to be spectacular.
Yes, and before I say that, I just also wanted to acknowledge Dave Nachmanoff was a big collaborator with Steve to create all this great music. Our website and where you can buy tickets is birthplaceofwesternswing.com, and we look forward to seeing you in November.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to come out of this with a couple more folks that are going to be performing at the festival. We're going to start off with Jeff Woolsey, and we're going to follow that up with Mr. Justin Trevino. Thanks, fellas. Keep swinging country.